What's going on, guys? Shane here. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're all doing great. Well, today's a video that I'm really excited to bring you guys. This is a part I've been waiting on forever. I knew about this well before it went into production, and it's finally out and available to the public. You guys can now own it and use it, and that is the UTG Leapers 870 optics mount you see mounted to the top of my Remington 870 Tac14 DM. Now, if you guys are like me, you've done pretty much everything you can do to this thing to make it a better gun, but all you want to do was mount an optic to the top, but there is no one out there that is producing a mount like this. The only option you had was to drill holes in the top of your receiver to install a Picatinny rail piece, which I don't want to do. I'm sure a lot of you don't want to do. And as far as I know, I think UTG Leapers is the only company offering a quick install mount like this that lets you pop a red dot on top of your Tac14 DM. Now, what's nice about this is it's also compatible with the 870 you see up here in the background. It just comes with a couple of shims to fill in the gaps where that plastic mag well is installed on the receiver. But yeah, guys, this is something I've been waiting on forever. It really does finish this thing off. It makes it a great weapon for anything, especially for home defense, now that there's a red dot on top. But I don't want to waste any of more of your time. If you guys are like me, you want to see more of this. So let's get the camera over the table, take a closer look at it, talk about the specs, talk about why you should pick one up if you have one of these weapons. Let's get started. Alright guys, so here's a close-up of my Remington 870 Tac14 DM with the UTG Leapers 870 optic mount installed. Now, before we go into the details of this mount and discuss even the red dot on top, let's get this thing off here. I also want to talk about the packaging and how these products arrive. UTG Leapers is fantastic with the way they package and the things they include inside of each of these products. I'll go ahead and roll in B-roll. As you guys can see from the front of the box, we have some, big selling points here if you guys are looking at this in a store. Some more information around the outside of the box, but the more important stuff is what is on the inside. Now, when you guys open this up, UTG Leapers gives you everything you need to get this thing installed quickly and easily and go out shooting. Every product I've gotten from them in the past, and this one is no exception, you get inside everything. You get the screws, the square nuts that secure it in place, some wedges if you do have the non-DM version of the 870. They also have great instructions with not just language explaining how to install it, but great color pictures that really help you get this thing installed. And they also include the Allen wrenches you need to install this thing, so you truly can open up the box, install it. And the same goes to the red dot and any of the other optics that I've gotten from them in the past as well. Inside the box you get the red dot. Obviously it comes with a Picatinny mount already installed. It has a cover on the red dot. You get a tool to adjust the red dot itself. You have a tool to remove the base Picatinny mount to install a battery. They include the battery. They just give you everything you need, again, to just get these products out of the packaging and installed in your gun with zero extra effort from you guys. Now, before I talk about the looks of this thing and the specs of this, I want to go ahead and kind of go over the installation process. Now, I can't show you guys how to do it or walk you through it, but I can just tell you that it was super easy. Using those instructions that you saw before, it was a matter of just taking a bolt out, sliding this thing over the receiver, tightening the screw, popping a pin out, tighten the screw, you're good to go. And as you guys can see, this thing just looks fantastic. What I do appreciate about this is that it's super lightweight. We'll discuss that in a second here, but also that it's a really good looking mount. It's low profile. It sits really low to the receiver there. As you can see, they've removed some material where they can to keep the weight down low, and it looks good. It doesn't, it's not big and bulky where it takes up a lot of space on the receiver like some of them. And this one did come with, let me see what I have here on the side. Oh yeah. It does come with like a side saddle to hold shells. As you guys can see from my shotgun, I have a magazine-fed 870, so I don't really have a need for this, but this is something that they do include in the packaging, that if you guys just have a standard 870 like you saw on the wall behind me earlier, you can easily attach that and run some extra shells on the side. Now, going on even further into looks, if you guys, I'll try to get some close-ups, can see the machine work is outstanding. I'd expect nothing less from Leapers UTG. Everything I've got from them it's just top quality for the price you pay. But as you can see, all the machine work, there's all the edges are chamfered. They do this thing where they scallop in between all the Picatinny pieces, so you don't have any sharp edges or anything that's going to catch. If you had webbing or a strap, sorry guys, off camera, if you had a strap that got caught here because of those scallops, it'd kind of just scoop out. It wouldn't get hung up on anything. And like I said, it just keeps it really low. Now, obviously, you guys can probably see that this red dot isn't co-witnessed with these sights. And I was trying to make the decision when I was installing this thing if I wanted to remove my sights from my 870, but I just like the look of it. And you know, if I have to, I'll try to roll some B-roll too. If I have to, I can take this off and I still do have access to those sights. And again, if you guys are looking for this, I'll try to annotate a video if I ever get to it, but this is something that isn't really offered for the Tac14 DM because of the short barrel. I had to custom cut this myself. That was for a full-length shotgun. So if that video does ever go live, I'll annotate in the corner. But yeah, as you guys can see, the machine work, the look of this thing is just great. On top of looks, guys, I also want to discuss the texture, the finish on this part. If you guys own guns, you know that there's several different ways. You can probably just see it here on this weapon. There's several different ways that companies can finish a product that's made of aluminum. As you see, the Tyrant Designs is it's pretty shiny, but it's a really deep dark black. The Strike Industries handguard up here is a little bit more matte, but super smooth. This has like a really smooth, almost like chalkboard feel to it. And what I do like about this a lot is if you compare it to the other products that I mentioned, this does not reflect light at all, especially when compared to these other ones. It's a super matte finish. It's gonna, like I said, not reflect any light or anything like that. It's just gonna be a nice dark black for you guys if you're looking to match parts. All right, now that we've covered what's in the packaging, how easy the install is, how good it looks, the finish, now let's cover some of the specs. I've got their website over here to the left, so I'm just going to read some stuff off for you guys. This piece is made of 6061 T6 matte black anodized aluminum. Like we mentioned before, it has that removable 4 capacity shot shell carrier that's included in the box. It has scalloped full length Picatinny top rail. We discussed that already. This is kind of a cool bonus. Once this thing is installed, you have still have access to your sight of your front bead. So that's really cool. You can still use that when this is installed. This thing weighs in at 7 ounces, so it's going to add a little bit of weight. It is 7.34 inches long. It's 2.05 inches in width, and it's 2.52 inches high. I also should mention, guys, that this is aluminum, like we said before, but this is made of a polymer, so I guess technically this one could break, but just to keep that in mind, this is going to definitely keep the weight down, but this is plastic, that is metal. All right, next let's cover the cherry on top of the build, and that is the UTG OP3 Micro Red Dot. Now this one is sporting a red 4MOA single dot in the center, but they do also offer the same red dot, micro red dot with a green dot instead of the red. Now this is actually an older model that I've had for some time, but I thought it'd be nice just to show you guys, oh, can I get it back on camera? The green version, because that's not something that you see on a lot of red dots out there. Red seems to be the most common nowadays, and obviously that's a lot bigger than 4 MOA, but just the way the camera works, the thing looks gigantic. But yeah, I'm really digging this thing, and I did actually pop out my Trijicon RMR here just so you guys can have a reference of the size. And as you can see, the bases are almost the same, and same goes for the hood size. And I can also show you guys kind of the window view you get here when looking through these. Hopefully I'm not blocking, but you can see the window size itself is either the same or maybe actually a hair bigger on the UTG red dot. Obviously you don't have the horns that the RMR is known for, but you do have what looks to be a pretty solid hood on top of this thing, and a good viewing angle. As you guys can see when you're looking at this thing, it just disappears. Now, just like the high quality of the machine work on the optic mount, the same goes for the red dot itself. The machine work is fantastic. This thing is, what I like about this thing is it's clean and super minimal. You don't have a bunch of big buttons. All you have is this simple button on the side, and the way it works is if you click and hold, it turns off. You click it, it comes on for you. You can tap to cycle through the different brightness settings there. So as you can see, you have several to choose from. It is pure broad daylight outside right now. It's 90 degrees, super hot, and looking out the window, I can see the dot just fine. It's plenty bright, and that is, again, the green. I'll try to get some B-roll of the red. It's just a little bit more difficult once it's on the weapon. I don't really feel like taking it off. All right, just like before, I have the website off to the left here, so I'm just going to read some specs for you guys. This thing, just like the mount before, is made of a 6061 T6 aluminum, and it's finished in that same matte black anodized, that like smooth chalkboard feeling. So again, it won't reflect any light if it hits it. Like we said before, this one in particular is a red 4 MOA single dot, and it has 8 power settings. I didn't actually list that off, but you guys saw me cycle it through with the green one. It has 8 different power settings, so you can, choose how bright you want it. This thing does have a 55+ hour battery life when it's on the middle setting. Here's something I don't think I've seen on other red dots. Inside of this red dot is a magnetized battery compartment, which I guess is going to help reduce the chance of your reticle illumination flickering because the magnet's actually holding that battery in place. The adjustments here on the top and the side are both 1 MOA clicks. And again, they give you that provided tool that is a nice piece of metal that you can also put on your keychain if you want to keep that around. No matter where you go, you can use that thing. Pretty cool. This one, I guess from their previous model, has a bigger lens, which obviously provides a larger field of view. This thing is IPX7 waterproof rated. Here's something on the spec sheet that I did forget to mention earlier, is that this red dot does use the Doctor footprint if you're going to mount it to your pistol or anything, just so you got to keep that in mind. As you would expect, this thing does co-witness with your standard, suppressor height sights. Another really cool feature that isn't on the older model, but it is on this new one, again, I'll get B-roll, is it does have a laser engraved line on the rear of the hood to help when you guys are training to get used to that red dot, knowing where the center is. You don't have that on other optics, even in their previous models, but on anything like the RMR, or I think even the Vortex I have either. And it looks like the last thing it says is it is compatible with most optic-ready pistol systems out there. So I don't have any of those, but I'm guessing the modern pistols you have that have those plates, you're going to be good to go. All right, guys, that about wraps it up on the Leapers UTG optics mount for your Remington 870 or your Remington 870 Tac14 DM like you see here. Now, obviously, if you guys are, if you own a Tac14 DM and you're in the market, this is a no-brainer. You really don't have any other options, but this is a great product at a low price point. The machine work is fantastic. It's super lightweight, easy to install, allows you to keep that front bead sight even though you're going to be mounting a red dot on top. It's just a really great part that if you guys are in the market, you got to go pick one up. You won't regret it. I'll have a link down below. It'll probably take you to a blog post or something where it links to the products you see here because I can't direct link on YouTube anymore. It's just the way it is. And in regards to the red dot, you guys, you can see it's a great little red dot for the price. I liked it, again, so much I got 2 of them now. Red or green. You got those 8 brightness settings, plenty bright for outside or low light. Nice field of view, that 50,000 plus battery life, again at a pretty low price. So yeah, that's about it, guys, on the 2 parts. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment box below. I'll be there for 24 hours talking with you guys. If you have any questions or anything, just let me know. If you guys aren't subscribed, feel free to do so. We got tons of videos coming up on paints, paint jobs, other AR-15s you see in the background here. But yeah, feel free to subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure to hit the notification bell. You know why. Feel free to hit the like button. Helps me out more than you know. And that's it, guys. Take care. Stay safe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.